Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we're going to talk about the idiot in the White House, which I'm kind of tired of talking about the idiot in the White House, but we've got him for another year. God knows if Biden is the nominee or Buttigieg, we'll have him for another 4. This thing is willing to push us closer to a war with Iran. There is footage. If you watch, I watched the David Doe episode today. He shows Trump from 2011 saying Obama's going to push us into a war with Iran and it'll threaten American lives. Fast forward 9 years to 2020. He's basically bringing us closer to war with Iran, which will threaten American lives. So he accuses someone of doing something that then puts us in that situation himself. Yeah, I had to do this starting over because I did this once before already, and I'm like, I was just so tired of crap. I had to burn out a lot of the anger before I could do it. So this is actually the second take on this thing in the White House, bringing us closer to nuclear war. It whined because Obama had set up a agreement with Iran to make sure they don't produce nuclear missiles. That nuclear production was only for domestic means to provide power and so on. Well, the whiner in the White House, he's angry, and so he undoes this deal that was working. Look up, how things were going. It was actually working. But, he couldn't stand it because a black man was showing him up. So he undid the deal. I don't think Obama's really worth a damn either. But you know what? It was a deal that was working. Iran was following it to the letter, just using nuclear production for energy, not for weapons of war. But, he couldn't, Trump couldn't stand it. He could not stand Obama showing him up. So he gets rid of the deal. And now we're at the point where we made a strike on an Iranian. We should just leave the region alone. Leave the Middle East. Let them do their thing. Get out of Iraq. Get out of Afghanistan. Get out of Syria. Stop selling weapons of war to Saudi Arabia and OAE so they can kill innocents in Yemen. And just leave it to the Middle East. I mean, can you imagine if a country was like, I don't like this person, so we're going to drone strike and kill somebody in the U.S. Just that one person. Because they're a bad guy. That was Trump's excuse. The person was a bad guy. Putin's a bad guy. Kim Jong-un is a bad guy. Where's our wars with Russia? Where's our wars with North Korea? They're bad leaders themselves. So why don't we attack them? Because it's not really about someone being a bad guy. It's about paying off the war machine, the contractors. Trump's, who is it? Was it Secretary of Defense? One of his main military people was a former lobbyist for who? Defense contractor Raytheon. He keeps saying drain swamp. He's filled it up with swamp monsters. He's filled it up with swamp monsters. How do you not see this? How? Because they listen to crap like Fox News and Breitbart. I ain't saying listen to CNN or MSNBC or anything like that. ABC, NBC, CBS. Why don't you go listen to secular talk? Why don't you go listen to C-SPAN? They'll tell you the truth. Listen to the Rational National. He's from another nation, and it's from an outsider's vision. How they see the U.S. If you're listening to Fox News, MSNBC, Breitbart, CNN, CBS, ABC, NBC, propaganda. Not to mention, who is this stupid group? I forget their name already. That owns this huge portion of local stations, and they just run propaganda for the right wing. I can't remember the stupid name. It begins with an S. I can't remember it for some reason. I was thinking about them today. Earlier, I had the name in my head, and now I can't think of it. But they're monsters. I watch C-SPAN because it is pure, unaltered, factual footage. Pure and simple. It's not altered like Fox News or MSNBC or CNN or Breitbart or Veritas. That place is morons. It's not edited like The Blaze or CBS or NBC or ABC. You can't trust any of the main channels. Even BBC, you can't trust. C-SPAN, which is pure, unaltered footage, taken directly and given to you in these big chunks. People may think it's boring, but you know what? It's not. There's not any frills. It's just facts. And then I recommend watching The Rational National. The dude's a Canadian talking about politics in the US, Canada, and Great Britain. So he talks about US politics from an outsider's perspective. And you really get an idea of how the US is seen. Because you don't with Fox News and CNN and all this crap. Then I also recommend, you know, secular talk. Kyle Kalinski's one of the most direct and honest, broadcasters I've seen. If the right is right, He'll tell you, the right wing is right on this one. If the left is right, he'll tell you the left wing's right on this one. If they're both being stupid, he'll tell you that. You've got to quit following the propaganda news, people. Another thing you can do, multiple sources. Multiple freaking sources. I have multiple channels I follow for news on the internet alone. And then on TV, I watch C-SPAN. Multiple sources. Don't believe just Fox News or just MSNBC or just CNN. They're corporate liars, every one. But yeah, Trump's going to get us into a war. I mean, with everything going on right now, Iran's in chaos. There are already revolts and everything. But he's wanting a war, doing drone strikes on somebody, and that's enough to unite a country against you, even though they're revolting on themselves. And he just don't seem to care. He don't care. If you think for one moment he cares about the people, he doesn't. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Now that I could talk about it a little more calmly. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, and learn. I'll see you all in the next video. But until then, later.